Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to show quite an unusual tarot deck that's not very well known. That is the Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This was published by Scarabeo in 2008. The copy that I have here is one that was distributed by Llewellyn Publications. That's why there is a Llewellyn symbol here. But it was actually published by Scarabeo. I think you can see the Scarabeo emblem here. So it is a Scarabeo deck. I think this is the second print in the red box that was distributed by Llewellyn in 2008, but I think there is a blue box, a dark blue box, which is the Scarabeo printing that was not distributed by Scarabeo. I think this is the second printing. Anyway, here is the box, and this was created by Paul Huson, who is also relatively well known for his tarot books. So some people may know about the books of Paul Huson, but he also did the artwork for this deck. And it's a medieval style deck, and it's also based on Marseille traditional decks. But I think it will interest some people who would like to gradually get more familiar with Marseille type decks, because these minor arcana or pip cards are partially scenic. So that's another reason why I wanted to show this deck today. So here is a little white book showing the Fool card. And this was written by Paul Huson. So it's good to have the little white book written by the artist as well. And this has very traditional meanings in here. So these are based on the first meanings for the tarot by Attila. So anyone who would also like to know more about the earliest traditional meanings for these tarot cards, it's also an interesting little white book for that reason. There's upright and reversed meanings in here, and there's a very simple spreading here as well. There's also an additional card in the deck. There's a significator card, and I'm going to show you that as well. So the little white book is quite well written. So now I'm going to show the cards, and here's the back of the cards. The colours are quite vibrant in this deck, so I do like that about the deck. And the cardstock is reasonable. It's the kind of, I suppose you'd call it the standard Scarabeo cardstock, but it's a little bit better than that. So anyway, I'll start showing some of the cards that I particularly like. So here is the Fool. I probably like this card the best of the whole deck. I just love this very traditional Fool image, especially the face of the Fool. I love it. And I love the way the face on the Fool card, the shape of the face is very similar to the crescent moon on the card. I love the colours. So this is probably my favourite card. This is the Fool. The Juggler, So this is a very traditional title for the Magician card. This is called the Juggler, which it was on some of the earlier Marseille decks. So you can see quite a medieval feel to the images. That's the Juggler. I love the use of colour in this deck. The Empress, and this has Roman numerals, so you can see, for the major arcana. So the Empress. This is called Love instead of the Lovers. This is a very traditional Marseille type of image. I have trimmed these cards at the top and bottom. The side border is the same, but I have trimmed the top and bottom of the cards. This is Love. Chariot. I love the Justice card because I love the traditional Marseille numbering. This is number 8 for Justice. It's a very traditional image. Wheel of Fortune. Great Death card. Now this is following a very traditional approach as in the Marseille, because some of the death cards were not named. There is no title for the death card. It was also known as the unnamed card. So I like the way that there is no title for the death card. There is Temperance. These cards have a semi-matte finish. Quite like this Star card. And what is different about this card as well is that it's a rather androgynous figure. Usually in the Star card, the figure is normally female, but this one is more androgynous. So here is the Star. What a beautiful Moon card. I quite like this World card. And here is the additional card. Here is the significator. And it has the signs of the zodiac on here. It's based on a medieval image. Really like this card. And it is handy as an additional card, especially if you are like me, and I don't particularly like removing a card from the deck. So you have this additional card if you want to have a significator. So now for the minor arcana. The Wands suit is called Baton. So there's the Ace of Baton. The Four of Batons. You'll be able to see here that you can see the four batons here, but it's also scenic. Four of Batons. And Queen of Batons. And this card is the image of Rachel from the Bible. So the court cards, except for the knights, are images of famous or mythological people. It's Queen of Batons. Now for Cups. Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. And Knight of Cups. Now for Swords. Ace of Swords. Quite like this one. Three of Swords. I like this one because it's a move away from the usual heart image, heart and swords together. I like this one. Still representing sorrow or somber thoughts. Three of Swords. And Queen of Swords. And here again, this is the mythological figure of Pallas, Pallas Athena, the Greek goddess. So I quite like this choice for the Queen of Swords. Now for coins. Ace of coins. Four of coins. And the Knight of Coins, which is quite a medieval image. Quite like that card. And the elements for the suits are the usual ones, where the coins are earth, the swords are air, cups of water, and the batons are fire. And the traditional assignment of the four virtues to each of the suits as well. So there's some of the cards of the Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot by Paul Huson. I'll put some details below the video. I'm not sure if this is still available, but you should be able to get this possibly on Amazon or eBay or something like that. I think it's quite a beautiful deck. It's a traditional deck. I think it's useful for people who want to ease into a Marseille type of system, because it is partially scenic for the pips. So I quite like this deck, but it is a very traditional deck. So I hope you enjoyed seeing some of these images from the Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot, and I'll put some details below the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.